Hey y'all, this is Kim with Creative Escapades. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm so excited that you joined me today, and I'm excited to show you what I'm going to be making. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the video. So my newest project for my tumbler is going to be one of the LED light tumbler cups, and I thought since it's so close to Christmas I would do it like a Christmas tree. So I've got a 20-ounce Strawbler, and I have used Rust-Oleum metal green spray paint on it after I had prepped it by sanding it and cleaning it with Dawn dish soap and water. And I have 5 milliliters of resin, which is a 1-to-1 ratio, and I'm just going to smooth a thin layer of the resin over the surface of the tumbler. And then I have this custom mix evergreen glitter. And this is by Glitter Designs by 2, and I'm just going to sprinkle that directly onto the epoxy and then shake off the excess, and then tap down any of the glitter that is not flat, making sure that I get it off the edges. Any of the chunky pieces are pushed down because you want to get as smooth a surface as you can for your next step, which is adding a layer of resin over the glitter. So you just tap it down. You don't have to push very hard, just because you don't actually want to move the glitter around. You just want to make sure that it's flat. And so I'm going to let this set overnight and then add my layer of resin. I think it looks pretty good. And here it is the next day. The resin has cured with the glitter onto the surface of the tumbler. And now we're ready to add our layer of resin to smooth the surface. And I'm once again using my new cup turner from MH Turners. This thing is awesome. I'll put the link to their channel below, or to their website below. But I have 30 mils of resin that I have put onto the cup, and that's a lot of resin, but this is chunky glitter. So I want to get a kind of smooth surface as I can before I go to my next step. And this has cured overnight again, and we're ready to add our lights. But the problem with this is that I cannot put the wire around the outside edge of the cup, because that's where the bottom screws back onto there, and it could cut the wires or damage them. So I have marked my cup, and I'm going to use my drill, and I'm just using the smallest drill bit that I have to make the hole, because it doesn't have to be very big. And you may be wondering why I'm drilling it after I epoxied it, but I did that so that I didn't take a chance of just drilling directly into the steel and maybe causing it to damage it by bending it or making the edges rough. So I'm just going slowly through the resin. I also wanted the glitter to be in place, and I didn't want to have to worry about trying to fix the hole after I had the glitter on there again. So And I drilled the hole so that it would be right above the bottom of the little space in there where the bottom screws back onto it. And I fed the lights directly through so there's no bending of the wire and causing possible damage to it. And now I want to try to get an idea of how I want to place the lights onto the cup. And I also had to actually take my drill and go around the edges, not my drill, but my Dremel, and go around the edges of the base of the LED light battery holder. And I wanted to make sure that the bottom would have enough room to screw back on. So put the batteries in it to get an idea of what it's going to look like and where I want to place the lights. And I'm going to start at the opposite end, which is the top. And I'm going to use this Gorilla super glue, and I'm just going to put a little bit of the super glue onto the wire and on each side of the lights to hold it into place. And I'm starting at this end so that it will hold it as a placeholder, and then go to the opposite end, which would be the bottom, and put that into place. And then I can work all the way up the strand of lights so that they're evenly spaced. And putting just a little drop on each side of the lights is plenty. You don't want to have a whole lot of super glue right here because of what I'm going to do in the next step. So once this is all glued on, I'm going to set it aside and let it dry while I work on the bottom part of the cup. I've got to remove the place where this straw holder is at, or the straw storage is at, so that it will fit over the LED kit in the bottom. So this is the stainless steel straw that's bendable, and just got to take out that wire and it's usable. And now I have my hot knife, and I'm going to start working on removing that little storage container portion of the bottom of the cup. I'm just going to trim this out little by little. And when you're using a hot knife, know that it is just exactly what it says. It is hot. I could have used probably my Dremel, but I think it would have took longer and probably would have made a much bigger mess. But I am going to use my Dremel to smooth the inside surface of the holder there. So I got this little sander bit on my Dremel, or cutting wheel, whatever you want to call this one. And there's a few little bumpy places where the straw holder was at, and I'm going to just go ahead and cut those down, get them out of there, make sure it's all smooth there. Then I come back with the round sanding tip, and then I come back again with a diamond bit and smooth it even more. So now it fits perfectly. And this part, I don't want the wires to show in between the lights. So I am using liquid diamond, which is a fast drying adhesive, and I am going to put that onto the wire itself and then add glitter, same green glitter, over the wires so they don't show. I'm just using a skewer to dip it down into the liquid diamonds and then sprinkling the glitter over that area. And this will dry very quickly, so once I'm done with that, I will move right straight into my next process of adding epoxy in between the lights on the surface of the tumbler and adding more glitter. I'm trying to get where it actually has kind of a surface so that it kind of resembles how the branches on a Christmas tree stand out. So I've put the epoxy in between the wires, and now I'm just adding more glitter in between there. Once I get all that done, we'll let it set overnight, and then I'm going to put another layer of epoxy on it to smooth that surface before I move to my next step. And the way I'm doing it is so that the lights will not get covered with glitter. I want the lights to stand out, but I don't want you to see the wires. And just smoothing it, patting it down into the epoxy. Making sure that there's nothing standing up, because while I do want it to have kind of a textured feel to it, I don't want you to feel the texture of the glitter. I just want it to have a smooth raised surface where the wires are so that it looks like branches sticking out. So again, I'm using faux Resin in 1:1 ratio, and I used 30 mils to cover the cup. And it gave me that ripple effect that I was after. So trying to show you, you can see how the lines where the lights are raised just a little bit. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this nail art tape, and I'm going to make it like a garland and just drape it all the way around the cup, starting at the top and working my way all the way to the bottom. And this is very thin, but it's okay because you don't want it to overtake the cup and cover up some of the details. And it's on there. It's all ready to go for the next step, which is I printed and cut out these Christmas ornaments on white Waterslide paper. And so I'm just going to toss them in the water over here, let them set for a minute or two, and then going to take them and start decorating my Christmas tree. Slides right off. Just kind of put them in random places, and I'm placing them where they're at the top of them are actually touching wherever the garland is at. And I think that looks good there. So now what I'm doing is I'm using this Get Lit chunky Christmas light bulb glitter, and it is from Glitter Fetish. Everything I use will be listed below in the description box with the links, and you can follow those links to the websites that I purchased everything. And I'm just putting those little light bulbs on there for some additional color. And I use the Gorilla Glue again. And here we go. It's all finished. You can see that curve where it has that texture thing that I was talking about, but it's all smooth. But it does look kind of ripply. So that was the look that I was after, kind of to make it look like a Christmas tree. And I love how the lights reflect off of the glitter and kind of just make the whole thing sparkle. So cute. So what do you think? Does it look Christmassy? Does it look like a Christmas tree cup? Got a lot of sparkle and glitz on it, and shimmer and shine. I wanted to get a close-up so you could see how that light reflects. And then here's the in the dark. Oh, I love it. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. And if you have, please click like and share. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you can do that now. Ring that bell next to it. You'll get notified when I upload future videos. Everything I used will be in the description box below. If you have questions or comments, please feel free to put those in the comment section. I love to hear your feedback. And this is going in my Etsy shop. So the links to all the Etsy shop and my social media is below. You can click on that and follow and see what's happening there. And I just want to thank you for joining me. And I hope to see you in my next creative escapade. Bye bye for now.